Hello and welcome back to another episode of Falling Back in Love with Minecraft. So today we had a special request to go over what's necessary for an A plus certification in IT work. And yeah, we're gonna go over that, and yeah, we'll see how well it goes. Okay, okay. But while I'm doing that, I'm also gonna explore the what's it called? The abandoned mine shaft. Yeah, that place. All right, enjoy the episode. So the topic of today's video was brought to me by Geek Queen. She wanted to know what was necessary for her to actually study in order to get her A plus certificate in IT work. And honestly, I know nothing. However, I did research because when I know nothing, I can at least look things up. So, uh, honestly, a lot of it seems to be like learning how a computer functions, learning about the different components and how they function separately and together, and then the integration process. Something that would be important to actually have experience with, from what I can gather, is building computers and actually understanding how things go together because that would be helpful for troubleshooting and all that. But a specific resource that was brought up during my search was a YouTuber called Professor Messer. He has a series that's called the CompTIA 220-1101 A plus training course, and I will link that in the description so that you can see it. But it has like 68 videos in it, and it goes through every single thing that you would need to know in order to pass your A plus exams. And it was posted about a year ago, so it's fairly recent. So I'll be posting that there. However, since I don't actually know the details of what's required to pass those exams, I can instead talk about what I do know, which is studying practices. So, if you're choosing to actually go to that course and the video playlist and actually watching every single one of those, my recommendation is that you take notes constantly. You take notes on everything. If you're watching a video and you're just absorbing it, you're not going to retain nearly as much. Don't be afraid to pause, write things down, make little footnotes, make notes as well as you can, okay? Now, the best way that I know how to take notes is to A, write out like the topic and then bullet point like little key points. However, you write questions in the margins for yourself. And if you ever find the answers to those questions, you go back and you write them again. Like you write the answer under the question. Now, to keep it straight, you should probably consider color coordinating everything. Just because it can get a little jarring when you just have a giant block of the same color of pen written down everywhere. Or if you're doing your note taking online, you just look at a giant screen of text. Like you can color code, you can highlight everything. You could figure out headings, all that, whatever, and separate it by video. That way, you can go back and say, hey, what did I learn here? What did I miss? Right? And, and you can keep going through, keep practicing, and hopefully that goes well. If you're doing your notes by hand, something I would suggest is getting like little tabs that you can put on the pages so that you can have those as quick access. So like you could just quickly flip to a page and you're just like, okay, this is the video that I'm on, and then go back and read those notes, and then you can go to the next tab and be like, all right, we're on to this new subject. Now, if you want to get complicated with it and you don't want to just have a journal, you can get a binder and then dividers, and those dividers can have little subsections that you can put pieces of paper in, and those pieces of paper can be the name of the subject and like the material brought up in that video. But again, like the whole point is that you are going over the material constantly, right? It's you it's important that you actually keep going over everything, because if you don't go over it repeatedly, you're going to forget. One of the most important things that I know for studying, I'm a professional tutor, I know what I'm talking about, is if you aren't practicing, you're gonna lose it. You're absolutely gonna lose it. So you keep going over the material, you keep reading over it, you continue to work through the process, and you continue to study until it is memorized. And then you keep going, even after it's memorized. For me, my study growing up was typically teaching others. All right. One of the best ways you can learn a material is by trying to teach someone else. So, if you want to like really take in all the material that you're going to be studying, no matter what it is that you are studying, try and figure out how you would explain that material to a child, right? See what you would say to that child to try and help them understand the intricacies of what you are studying. And that will allow you to take a deeper look at everything and fully comprehend it so that you can simplify it. If you can take a subject matter and simplify it so that anyone can understand, then you really have a true grasp on it, okay? So, again, go over your notes, study constantly, try and simplify the subject matter so that you can explain it to anyone if they asked, and make sure that you are taking care of yourself, okay? Another important thing is that you take care of yourself. You take any vitamins that you need to take. You are drinking plenty of water. You are getting plenty of sleep, and you are making sure that you are eating the essential amount of nutrition for you in each day. Because if you're taking care of your body and your mind, then they will help you in your studies, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, honestly. But if you aren't taking care of your mind and you're just throwing things away and you're just abusing your system, you're not going to remember. Your mind and body will fail you at some point, and that's not something that you want to have to deal with, especially just before an exam. Like, oh wow, I wasn't taking care of myself and I got a cold the day before the exam because I decided to stress out over everything. That's a real thing. You can stress yourself into getting sick. If you have an exam coming up, yes, prepare, but also make sure that you're giving yourself the mental space not to stress yourself into being sick. All right. But yeah, no, honestly, just make sure that you're going over the materials. All right. Be diligent in your studies. Find a way that works for you. If it's flashcards, great. If you are going over material and having a friend quiz you, awesome. If it works for you to watch a PowerPoint and you don't have a PowerPoint, make one. Make a PowerPoint. You'll have the study from making the PowerPoint, and then you'll have the PowerPoint to study itself. Like, if you don't have a material, make it for yourself. Do it. Make what you need and become the student that you want to be. Right? I think everyone has the ability to learn whatever they need to learn so long as they take the proper steps. All right? It's just difficult. It's really just difficult and time consuming. That's all it is. All right? So, with that in mind, all right? Honestly, I have no more to say about study habits, specifically for this kind of material. If you want extra work, they do have college courses, but again, college courses cost money. You don't need to take any college courses to actually get your A plus certificate. So if you don't want to spend money and you don't feel like actually taking a course, don't do it. Learn it online. All the material is there. People have taken this exam several times before, and they can help you. They can help you understand everything you need to learn in order to succeed. All right? Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about something else. I'm thinking D&D. So I'll tell you about the campaign I'm currently in. We have been dimension hopping for the past, in real life, the past year or two, I think. It's been a very long time. This campaign has been long term, and I love it so much. We meet every other week as scheduling allows, and it's been great. But we've been on a little bit of a break because people have had plans for travel that have basically prevented them from being there on Wednesday nights. Um, so the next time we meet is going to be next Wednesday, and I'm really excited for this. All right, because we are on the cusp of finally getting back to our world, and oh, this is going to be so good, so good. Oh my gosh. So here's the thing. All right. We went into a cave because we were following magical anomalies. All right. In our world, things were appearing and disappearing for no good reason. And it would range between random objects to people to full cities and mountains. So, like, it was crazy. Okay. And so we go with this man who has a anomaly tracking device, and he leads us to a mountain. And we go into the mountain, and we make our way down to this evil lair where there is a wizard doing wizardy things. And apparently he, I think, has been reality hopping or time hopping or whatever because he has met us several times, but we've had different personalities. So I think it's just reality hopping. And we thwart him, or at least fight him, in several different realities. So yeah, we've been going through the multiverse because in the midst of our fight, he hit a button and it caused the machine to start to melt down, and then everything blew up. And in our panic, my immediate thought was, okay, there's buttons. We're gonna mash it, and I mashed some buttons after after I saw one of my teammates disappear. And so I mashed the buttons and I was like, ah, trying to figure it out. And I disappeared. And then they mashed buttons and we all left the guide there. We didn't care about the man, okay? He wasn't a part of us. He went there of his own volition. His safety was in his own hands. Anyways, since then, we've been traveling between worlds, and I've been collecting little souvenirs here and there and planting weird seeds that I don't know what they are in every single world. The worlds to note, there was a time when we went to the Muppets world, so it was like the Muppets Robin Hood, the movie. We went there, and um, let's just say the question of what happens if you cast Fireball on a Muppet was asked several times. It was, it did not go well. I never ended up casting Fireball, but I was judged. I was judged severely for my question. And then another world that was of note was the Noir world, which was the last world we were in. Okay, we just left it and we got to a new one. And that one, there was magic preventing us from finding the object because one of our people has the ability to sense anomalies because she's a ranger and dope. Like, super dope. But yeah, no. The magic was preventing us from basically finding everything immediately, so we were just like, okay, cool. And we were supposed to like solve it like a noir, but none of us knew how to do that, so it was just really, really difficult. But we made it after summoning an eldritch horror and destroying the entire reality. Uh, we left and then we found ourselves in this cute little animal home where there's human sized animals that talked and acted like humans, and we got to meet them. We got to meet their elder, who was a pterodactyl, and we were just like, holy crap, sir. Apparently, he had the last shard we needed for traveling away, and that's what was keeping him alive. And now we're about to go to the final boss battle, and he has to give us the shard, and then when we finally use it, he's gonna die, but he is fine with it because he's been protecting the people there, and he has just had their well-being in mind the entire time, and I am conflicted and I'm ready for this boss fight, and we're about to end the video, so I hope you have a great time, and here's the outro, I guess. Yeah, here. Wow, that was rough. There's so many spider spawners in that place. Holy cow. Well, I hope you enjoyed the explanation that I gave in this episode. Um, I a lot of that searching was me looking for like a deep dark anything like that because I need the blocks. We're gonna have to search the world for that. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I have an arrow stuck in my head, so I'm gonna take headache medicine. But yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.